Speaking of Russia, its army now smashing Ukraine to pieces. A new trick from them, a new scam. Yeah, it's been hard for Russia to look good when it's out there killing men, women and children indiscriminately every day in a totally unjustified invasion. But Russia now has a success. It's hitting the social media with a video boasting about a hoax it pulled on two British ministers, Defence Secretary Ben Wallace and Home Secretary Priti Patel. Now, the first video it's released shows Wallace being rung up by a man claiming to be the Ukrainian Prime Minister. In fact, it was a Russian hoaxer who wanted to trap Wallace into saying that Britain supported Ukraine getting a nuclear weapon. And Wallace's response, in this clip you'll see, is edited to remove the bit where he says he actually said no.
It's a difficult question, but we think to start it.
Okay. But do you think, I think more than being neutral, Russia would really hate that.
For sure, we know this, of course, but it's one of the question that we are interested. But if you could help us in this regard, it would be really, really important.
Okay, well, look, I, Mr. Prime Minister, on all those bigger questions, I think those are questions that I need to speak to my Prime Minister. The principle is we will support Ukraine as our friend in the choices you make.
Now, this is very interesting on two levels. First, this hoaxer clearly wanted Wallace to say something that would look like Britain supporting a Ukrainian nuclear bomb, which would then give Vladimir Putin more fake excuses for attacking Ukraine in supposed self-defense. Maybe even give him an excuse to use a nuclear bomb himself, which Western experts are now suggesting is a possibility. And the second thing is this. How did this hoaxer get through to Wallace and also to Patel? I mean, her tape's not released yet, that's coming. And you might say, well, gee, boy, the British have slacked security here. But I'd suggest that this hoaxer probably had high-level help. This video is the work of two Russian professional pranksters called Voyan and Lexus. And they've also pranked Elton John, for instance. They say they do it for entertainment. Now, they get paid a fair bit for it. But strangely, many of their targets also happen to be people that President Putin would love to embarrass or use for propaganda, like this British Defence Secretary. Their targets have also included a former Ukrainian president, a former Georgian leader who stood up to Putin, former Russian leader Mikhail Gorbachev, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, but 4 years ago. And they also pranked the Dutch Parliamentary Committee to try to get it to say something embarrassing about Russia's top opposition politician, Alexei Navalny, who Putin had poisoned and then jailed. In fact, the pranksters have called various European lawmakers pretending to be a key Navalny aide, using disguises or deepfake imagery. The real Navalny aide is on the left and the fake one is on the right. Now, to call up all these world leaders and politicians, that takes a lot of work, a lot of technology, also a lot of private numbers. Is the Russian security service actually helping them with those? Now, Voyan and Lexus say no, but they do admit they are Putin supporters and they've never attacked Putin or his closest entourage, not once. And I would not trust the word of one of them in a fit. What does it say about Vladimir Putin, that even his biggest PR coup in this war is still based on a lie?